A very good evening and thanks for clicking on to the US April forecast edition of the US video for today. We are going to remember March of 2018 as a particularly unsettled and stormy month with not one, not two, not three, but four nor'easters that have battered the northeastern half of the country. The first two was big wind and wave makers, record wind speeds across parts of the northeastern half of the country in excess of 90 miles an hour. Then the second two systems that followed were bigger snow makers, particularly for the northeastern I-95 corridor. Now we're going to end the month of March on a very continued unsettled note. We've got wet weather and unsettled weather across the western half of the country. That system, of course, that brought the recent snowfall to the northeast, that has led to a very cool air mass over the southeastern half of the country. But in between the trough in the west and the east, we're talking about the south winds, and we're talking about record-breaking warmth, in fact. So we are going to see a mixed bag as we go from March into the month of April. Now, as we go into the month of April, we do appear to have a cooler theme overall. The MJO is entering phases 7 and then 8. That favours colder conditions during the month of April, and it looks as if we are going to see an overall cool month. So GFS, as we go through this weekend and in the next, it looks as if we are going to see some pretty heavy snowfall extending from southern Saskatchewan, Montana, Dakotas, and the majority of the snow, I think, is going to fall over Iowa, where we could have blizzard conditions, and that snowfall is expected to extend all the way into the Mid-Atlantic region. We've got more wet weather across the western half of the country. California catching up on the rainfall deficits of the December through February period this month, which is good news, of course. And what we're going to see is more wet weather pushing in across that region of the country. Looking at the CFS-V2 weeklies here, you can see that we are going to be talking about the cooler theme. Let's have a quick look at the 2 meter temperature anomalies real quick, and you can see here the upcoming 7-day period. Warmer than normal, if you notice, in between the pools of cool over California and also over the southeast. The following week we'll start to see the changes take place in the cooler air coming in, and that will become the more dominant aspect now. Week 3 may have a little bit of a reprieve from the chill. The model indicates that we are going to warm things up, but then the cold comes back in once again, and you can see here it kind of remains largely in the cool side of things as we go from April into the month of May. So it's going to be a cool month, I think, overall, and probably more in the way of snow as well as we go forward. So that's it for today. Hope you have a great evening, and I'll be back in the next few days with more. Bye for now.